Hi guys, so today I was making a review for another item and I was going to cook up some brownies and I thought, oh, you know what, maybe this will be the time to try out this red copper 5-minute chef thing. I've always been looking at this because I love gimmicky stuff and you guys know that. And I got it for basically 20 bucks, maybe a little bit less at Kohl's over Christmas, so I don't know if they still carry it or if this was something that they returned. They had plenty of them there, but when I went back a couple weeks later, they were all gone, so I don't know. And also the way it's taped gives me reservations, but let's see what this is about. And I'm just gonna cook up some brownies in it. I had something similar to this a long time ago from Wolfgang Puck, but you were able to switch out the plates inside. And that was fun, and I'm not even sure why I got rid of it. Probably because it had a lot going on, and then with the military we're always moving, so it was like just something to get rid of. But I did like it, so I don't know. But it comes with a little spatula. And on here it shows that, you know, you make your eggs in here, fun desserts, which is just brownies, but it looks like they put, they might have put some peanut butter in the middle of it. It looked like a cookie, like a brookie, you know? But at the same time, if you ever take some peanut butter, like crunchy peanut butter, and add in some confectioner's sugar and just give that a good mix and maybe a little vanilla, and then put it in your brownie batter, it's so good. And that's just like an extra peanut butter swirl in there. Now that I think about it, maybe I should do that. We'll see. So let's get this out. So I'm saying this was obviously inside of there, and it was all taped up and weird, so maybe somebody used it, because I will see it's not inside there now. It's just sitting in here. And there's just some junk, but no instructions, unless they're wrapped up in here somewhere, hopefully. That's odd. Usually they have an instruction book. So again, that's what I'm saying. I feel like maybe somebody used it and returned it, or just returned it. Let's see how it looks. It is super, super clean, so it does not look like it was used. Yeah, no. It's just missing a book. I would think it comes with a book, but that's okay. So what I'm going to do is wash this. I'm going to just kind of wipe this clean again with like a damp towel just to make sure it's nice and clean. And I'm just going to mix up some brownie mix, just like you always do. This is just Duncan Hines dark chocolate fudge brownies. So 2 eggs, 1/3 cup water, 1/2 cup oil, and I will be right back. Okay, so I'm going to close this thing up. And I did read the instruction. It does say that it comes with a recipe guide, which I don't have, so that also probably is the instruction guide, which I'm assuming actually I don't know how to use this thing. I guess I should watch one of those infomercials, because I was just thinking you can turn this over. I doubt that I have to turn it over for to make a brownie, but let's say, I don't know what you would make in here, maybe a pie or something where you want the thing, I don't know what you would make in here that you would want to flip it over for, but there's reasons, I'm sure. But you can flip it over. It has feet on both sides. So right now I'm just letting it warm up. It's still red. So I have my mix here ready to go. I do have some peanut butter. I did not find crunchy peanut butter. I guess I'm out right now. So I'm just going to use regular peanut butter. And I usually do like half and half, the same kind of amounts of powdered sugar. This is just cheap powdered sugar from Walmart, to peanut butter. I'm just eyeballing that. And I don't microwave or anything like that. I just start mixing it. And then I add in a little bit of vanilla. I think there are other recipes where you could add like, not that this is a legit recipe, I'm just telling you so what I do off the top of my head here. But you can, I think add egg in there just to kind of thicken it up. 1 egg maybe, but I'm not going to do that. And this is a very small amount because the thing is kind of small. So I'm just giving a little glug of vanilla. Usually, like I always say with baking, you want to be very exact, but this is just like a little extra something. It's not gonna mess with the integrity of the brownie at all. But normally, you know, you have to know exactly how much baking powder and baking soda or yeast or whatever it is that you're doing with baking, so it's a little bit different. So I'm gonna continue mixing this till it's a little bit softer, and I will be right back. Okay, supposedly this is ready. The light is green. I don't have any clue how long to cook it or anything like that, so sorry, or if I need to spray it. Supposedly it's copper pan, you don't have to spray, but we will see. So what I'm going to do is put a little bit of brownie mix. It's already starting to sizzle. And normally what I would do this differently. What I want to try to do this time and see if it works out is encapsulate some of this peanut butter in the center. And you see it's almost like a paste. Usually I would just dollop pieces of it in there. So I'm going to put this right here. Ooh. That's like the perfect amount. Hopefully it's an overflow. I'm like, oh, this is perfect. Then it makes a big mess. And then just a little more on top. I'm not trying to overfill this thing because obviously I don't want it to flow out the sides, but it might. It has a little area that can hold some overflow, but I do want this to be covered up, submerged there. And it says it cooks in 5 minutes, but we will see. What I'm going to do is go ahead and close this. I'm going to give it maybe 2 minutes. I'm going to take a little peek. Well, you know, I don't want to take a peek. It says do not lock latch while on. Okay, so I'm not going to lock the latch. Boop. I had to close this, but it says on the do not lock latch while on and do not overfill. So, warning, burn hazard. To avoid forceful release of hot content. So I guess, because if you latch this thing, it wants to open up. So I'm going to let it go, and then I'm going to turn it. Why not? For good measure. So I'm going to give it 2.5 minutes, and then we'll give it a little turn, and then leave it for the next 2.5 minutes. Okay, my timer just went off, and I'm going to give it a little flip, see what happens. That might be a weird thing to do, but there it is. And we'll do another 2.5 minutes, and then I'll take a peek. Okay, it's been about 3 minutes. It started steaming on the side here a little bit, just a minute ago, and then it stopped. Just so you know, when I flipped it over, the latch stayed on, so just open that up again just in case. Let's take a peek. Okay, it's a little bit darker than I would like on this side, but over here it looks okay. I don't know what I'm looking for as far as doneness. Let me turn this over again. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, it's very soft in the center, but again, I put that peanut butter in there, so that's... I think it's done. The brownie itself is baked. But again, I have that center and gooiness, so we'll see what happens when we take it out of here. Maybe it's a bad idea for this thing to put the peanut butter, but... And it's also odd, like, should I flip it out? But no, I'm going to use this thing to kind of help me get under it. You know what? Oh my goodness. I feel like I need 2 spatulas. It's super soft. If this was just brownie batter the whole way through, it wouldn't be a problem. But, ooh, it's falling apart. It is not cooked. Look at that. So, let me throw that back in there. I'm going to give it a few more minutes to make sure that gets cooked. So I'm going to still wait probably 3 more minutes just to make sure. Okay, let's try it again. Okay, that looks much better. I can see in there. I can see it's much firmer. So let's try to get this thing picked up again. Ooh. Ooh. Alright, that's as long as I'm going to give it, because if it's not cooked now, then, you know, I don't know. Also, this is a baked item. I would normally just let this kind of sit and chill a little bit. Let me see what the other side looks like. Okay, so let's turn it back over, because this side looks better. It's very dark on this one side, which is basically the same side. I think that it browned too much on the other one. But now that's cooked. So this is about 7 minutes. And when I say now let's cook, there's still a little bit in the middle. I know some people would not mind this. They think it's like a little lava cake. To me, that's not cooked, so I'm not going to deal with that. If you leave it any longer, it's going to keep browning more and more on this outer side, right? But I think if it didn't have, again, the peanut butter in the middle, because that does kind of throw it off, it would probably be okay. But let me trace this side that I can see it's cooked very well, or baked very well. And with brownies, I do leave them a little bit, like if you can see, there's a little bit of wetness, but not like this, where it's... what's the word? Gooey. Oozing. Oh, that's good. Peanut butter is great. Again, I usually let baked goods sit for a little bit before I cut into it. But not bad. So, for a 7 to 8 minute snack, I think that's pretty cool. I'm sure it cooks eggs easily. You can cook eggs in the microwave, so I'm sure it's not going to be a problem. Is it worth the cost? I think normally they want like $40 or $45 for it or something. Probably not. But that's just my opinion. But thanks for watching. Before I completely go, I did want to mention a couple other things. It does get pretty hot. If you're touching this, I mean, I can touch it because I'm an adult and, you know, I'm not going to keep my hand there, but it is hot. Even this part is pretty hot. So be careful with that if you are using this with kids. Ooh, yeah, super hot. My pinky just touched that back area. But now that this is kind of cooled off, I just ripped the middle out because I was like, should I put it back in? Nah, I don't know. It is a lot firmer. It is baked up pretty well. I know it says the 5-minute chef. I don't think it's 5 minutes, especially with like burgers and sliders, unless you don't care, right? If you don't care that your burger is like a little bit red on the inside, 'cause some people like that, that's fine. The only thing is I know about ground beef with hamburgers, you're not supposed to let it be too red on the inside because it's supposed to be cooked enough that whatever is ground up and all mixed up in there, you want it to be cooked, right? Normally with a steak, you know, if you cook the outside and if it's a little bit raw, that's fine because whatever might be harmful would be on the outside, right? On the outer areas of that steak. But it says vegetables, that'd be a good idea. Put some veggies in here. But now it's nice and firm. It just tastes a lot better. But like I said, I normally don't just cut into baked goods when they're super hot. So, just wanted to give you those that information, and I will definitely go online and see if I can find the book, or at least some information on making other recipes in this thing if I decide to keep it. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you at the next one. Bye now.